Yo, I have played Fortnite competitive for over 4 years and I gained experience from every single chapter. The reason I'm telling you this is that today I'm going to tell you 7 life lessons I wish someone had told me back then when I started competing in tournaments. These are the things I had to find out the difficult way, and that's why I'm sharing them with you today, so you do not need to go through the years and years of pain, losing in tournaments, struggle and grind that I went through, and you can just bypass all of this if you listen and you take heed. Quickly before I start, I want to give you the opportunity to get free access to my new rank protocol. I could easily charge this for like $10, but I will give it to you completely for free down in the info box if this video reaches 65 likes. The first lesson is that being greedy and emotional is the key to failure. Exactly. There's not even one permission which allows you to throw your games in a cup or even in your practice. Trust me, your time is worth more than wasting games in ranked. Anyways, the one and only priority should be to succeed. It doesn't matter if it is a 1v1, the win of a game, or even a tournament. If you're drilled by your emotions and can't be patient, thinking clearly, weighing out the decisions and choosing the correct one, there is simply no chance that you can succeed as a professional. As I'm talking about professionals, the second lesson I've learned is to alleviate the pressure. Nervousness, panicking or choking. It is all the same and comes down to pressure. Sometimes it is your mate, sometimes it's simply the time, but mostly it is you. Yes, just your own mind which is telling you that you have to achieve. And do not get me wrong here, it is perfectly fine to take something serious and you should without a doubt do it in Fortnite competitive. But if you catch yourself overindulging into your tunnel of nervousness or pressure, I will give you a simple solution. Imagine all of the pain which exists on the world. Imagine the people in Africa or India which do not even get enough to eat. And then there is you, sitting in front of your PC, shaking your ass off as you are in the final 1v1 of a solo victory cash cup. For what? For a little earning of $100? Little bro, it's time for you to acknowledge the fact that you are only competing against a minimal amount of people in a game which is played by a minimal amount of human beings living on the earth. If you look at it from that perspective, you can relieve yourself of the pressure as you have understood that it's actually not that big of a deal. Try this out the next time you're shaking in a tournament and tell me afterwards down in the comments if it worked out. The third lesson says that you should learn one thing every day. You might have heard of such terms like improve by 1% every day or trust the process. But have you ever really implemented this? Probably not, as you haven't really understood how to. Though it's actually easier than you think and your learning curve will improve drastically. The practical step to achieve such a steady improvement is to write one thing you learned that day down before you go to bed. You can just make a practice Discord or grab a paper and a pen and start your list. The one thing can literally be everything at the beginning. Maybe you have found another chest in this one bush you are rotating in your mid game. Or you have learned that you will not use the new pump as it doesn't fit your playstyle. It can literally be anything. Making this list ensures that you start to become aware of the process itself, which will make you infinitely better after some time doing this consistently. When talking about consistency, I want to mention that over 80% of my viewers have not subscribed, and there is a huge possibility that you are one of them. If this is the case, please make sure to change this with one quick click down below, as it would help me out a ton and I could produce more content for you in return. Thank you. So when it comes to the fourth lesson, a lot of you might think that this is quite harsh or toxic, and it is that you should never trust your mate. Most people do not talk about such deep shit, as they only try to be positive and just vibe with your mate and everything will be good, which is stupid as fuck, or stick as long as possible and one day you will be good. Stupid as fuck. Generally, I do not blame you for focusing on building a good duo. There are actually a bunch of advantages and you should abuse them, but when it comes to actual games, you should never rely to your mate. Always be able to win the game as a solo and never make your mate guilty for losing the game. It is always your fault, and if you cannot win the game on your own, you're getting carried. I told you that this is harsh as fuck, but actually it should help you to motivate yourself to become even better and practice. When talking about practicing, the fifth lesson is that mechanics, aim and game sense is overrated. And now the haters might come. But Spinex, didn't Marentian say that aiming and building is and piece control? Or shut up, bro. But Spinex, it's Therian posted that this new high ground retake. Shut up. If you break it down, mechanics, aim and game sense is only 1/3 of your overall success and probably the least important one out of those. One of the other 2/3 is your mentality. You should prioritize achieving mental freedom and getting rid of any mental issues like being down bad or depression, as this will influence your tournament results drastically. Especially when practicing, you will recognize indeed a huge improvement if you can adjust your focus from 30% all the way up to 80, or in best case even 100%, though it is not an easy path to get there. Unluckily, I haven't made that much of videos about mental issues and how to fix this in the near past, but you can check out my older videos in which I explain how to become like Uguay. The third piece of your overall success is your general health, and therefore the sixth lesson says that sleep goes over practice in any case. Yeah, you heard right. If you play for 2 hours longer as your autistic schoolmates want to hit that late night session the day before the cup, and you know you will be sleep deprived the next day as you will only get 6 hours of sleep, you will definitely say, yes. Wait, what? Why yes? Because you're probably a bit retarded. But as you have acknowledged this now, the next time you will hopefully say no. Please do yourself and your mate a favor and fix your sleep schedule. The most important thing looking at your sleep is to build up a decent schedule in which you get exactly enough sleep so you can sustainably practice and are awake the whole day, preferably focusing most of the time. Even if you need to figure this out yourself, as everyone's perfect amount is different, I would recommend to start at something in between 8 to 8.5 hours and go up or down from there. Some might need more, some less, but trust me, it will be worth it, even if it means that you can't game that much. The seventh and therefore last lesson is that your real life is the key you should focus on and nothing goes beyond it. Think about the big picture. Imagine yourself that you will achieve and win every cup from now on. What will happen? Will you become ultimately happy forever? Will there actually be some changes? Sure, you will have more money and freedom, but when you achieve this, then you will recognize that there are a bunch of other problems which need to be solved. The good side when experiencing this is that you will actually improve as your plan for the week doesn't look as boring as it is now. Imagine there are 10 more exciting things you will do the next week instead of only focusing on your 2 tournaments. Additionally, you will improve even more if you play less. Your whole body will get into balance as you're not only using your eyes, fingers and a bit of your brain the whole day, but actually move and touch some grass. I believe that if you apply all those 7 tips, yeah, more like lessons, to your game, there is little that can go wrong and your results will explode. Watch this video if you want to know how to win every rank game and have a wonderful day. Peace out.